What's up, Tweener heads? Welcome back to another Tweener head tennis video today here on the channel, and today we are going to be reviewing the new Nike React Vapor NXTs. I'm not gonna lie, with this shoe, I really didn't expect much going into it. I knew that with my new Adidas Ubersonic 4 review, I found my new shoe that I was gonna be using for 2020. I've been trying to, 2021, whoa. I knew I found my shoe that I was gonna be using for the 2021 season. A lot of new shoes have been coming out since the Australian Open. Wait, before I start. So, Tweener heads, we are back. Unfortunately, I had forgot that I was starting to record this video and then I had something to do. So now we're going to do it impromptu. I basically got, let's just say I got basically halfway through this video and realized that I wasn't really feeling it. So I decided to do it at my girlfriend's house. So we're reacting to the Nike React Vapor NXTs. Now, when I first bought these shoes, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest, because it is a Nike shoe that I was not looking out for. I didn't really read anything new about Nike. I saw that they were making a new Vapor, and from what the athletes were wearing on the court during Australia, only one player was wearing this type of shoe, and it was Arena Sabalenka. Everyone else seemed to have either the turbos or some form of Vapor. I believe Zach Thomas, the shoe doctor, did a review on one that was unreleased, and I think those were the ones that people were using. So when I saw these, I was very curious to try it out, so I decided to try these out on the tennis court. I decided to try these out for my latest tennis sessions. So let's just get straight into this. And the first thing I have to point out is the colorway. The colorway looks great. I love this colorway. There are 4 different colorways when it comes to this shoe. We have this one, we have an all-white one, we have a black, light blue, and gold one, and then we have a gray, white, and neon green one. And to be honest with you, this one's my favorite. I like this one as well as the black and gold blue one. Actually kind of looks sick. So if you guys have that, I would love to see you guys if you have it, and tag me on Instagram at TweenerHeadTennis. So show me what it looks like. If we go into the specs of it, there's something called Flyweave on it, which kind of looks like a basket weave on the side of it. But to be honest with you, it feels pretty good. I like the way it feels because of the sock tongue that it provides, but we'll get to that later. It feels good. It's definitely one of the ones that Nike has waited to use on a tennis shoe, as well as Nike React. Nike React is in most Nike Air Maxes and other regular using shoes, I would say. That's the term I would put it in. But the way they use Nike React in here is just so people can move quicker, and kind of like a basketball shoe in that sense. You can take quicker steps and it pivots easier, I would say. I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. It's lighter than you think. For a shoe that's above 15 ounces, and for a guy that uses a 12 to 13 ounce Adidas Ubersonic, this doesn't feel as heavy as people think. It feels heavier once you put it in your hands, but compared to what people are saying, and it's super clunky and super heavy, I definitely think it's lighter than people anticipate it to be. It looks lighter than it is, especially with this Flyweave and the guard on it as well. It kind of looks like the guard on this, on the inside of the sole, kind of looks like if you cut a brain in half, but the texture on it as well feels good. It gets thinner and thinner and closer together at the tip, which provides good support, especially when you drag your toes. I definitely think I've worn it a little bit, but not too much, which is good, because for the training I've done in these shoes, it definitely helps to have a better guard on the toe of your shoe, as well as on the outside. And getting to the outside, you have a gray, thick insert on the sole, as well as kind of the front of the shoe, which provides that slide guard that everyone looks for, which, 1, doesn't look that bad, and 2, it does protect you from sliding and when you push heavily onto the outsole of the shoe. The outside guard right here really does help someone when they pivot on the outsole of the shoe, and people get those wears and tears and those holes on the side of the shoe, so I definitely think this can come in handy, especially keeping your shoe intact when you slide. The heel of this thing is huge. Now, if you're looking for a shoe that's gonna touch the ground and give you more feel on the court, I would definitely not recommend this shoe, because based on just how thick this is, and if you're looking at this photo right now, it's a thick shoe. And there's 2 different materials that are used and 2 different types of foam that are used at the heel of the shoe. And you can just tell from this photo when Zach cut it up, it's pretty thick. So you're definitely not gonna get the feel of the court per se, but it definitely helps when it comes to comfort. And for me, using a sock feel, I would say, for the tongue, in terms of Nike, I never had a shoe from Nike that just had this kind of tongue. I kind of like it, but it's also kind of interesting to see how long these shoes will last, because this tongue is so flimsy. If I push my thumb out right here, I feel like it's gonna rip through. And the holes that it provides on the tongue provide breathability for your foot, but at the same time, if you push up on that, sooner or later, it's gonna create a giant hole. And I don't think that's what they were going for, because the material is thin. It kind of feels like that scuba material, but it's not gonna last long if you keep pushing on it like my thumb. And I'm afraid it's gonna break anytime soon when I keep testing it like that. Something interesting that I read on the Tennis Warehouse website when they talk about the Flyweave, I just wanna go back to that one for a second. It's that the Flyweave is used to maximize the foot's natural motion and enhance the breathability. And I believe that, because on the outside you can feel, if I stick my finger in there, it's just a Flyweave between that and the sock of the shoe for your foot. And it is light, it is a light material, but in terms of the overall heaviness of the shoe, that's mainly coming from the sole right here and what's under it rather than the top. And one thing I have to notice here is that the bottom of this shoe, if you just look at the traction of this shoe, it's very different than the usual tennis shoe that you see or wear per se, because it reminds me of a clay court shoe. Just the way it looks and the traction of it doesn't look like a hard court shoe per se. I've noticed when I'm using it on court, I've slid on the court a lot easier and more naturally when trying to break the shoe in. Personally, I think it's a good thing when I try to get to balls that are farther away from me, but I don't know how that's gonna be when coming to longevity of the shoe and how fast this is gonna last. I dropped the shoe. In terms of longevity, I don't know how long the traction or the pattern on the shoe is gonna last. For me, it looked like it started fading, but that's just the way it is when it comes out of the factory. But I do like the bottom of these shoes just because of how well I'm able to grip the court and slide at the same time for a hard court shoe. That's really hard to do. So in terms of overall impressions, I do really like these shoes. I do like going back and forth between these and the Ubersonic 4s. To be honest, I think I'll give my opinion on which ones I used more later in the year, because I like using both of these shoes no matter what. The Adidas is a little bit more comfier than these. I do, because my foot is a bit wider, and I do think this does fit wide feet, but I do like how comfortable the Adidas Ubersonic 4s are compared to these. I do love using these shoes. I tried playing a set with these on, and I thought they did the job great. I love the way they move. I love the way they felt. So it's really gonna be hard for me to pick which one I choose. So I have to start playing with both of them a lot more. And I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you want to see me do more types of reviews like this, leave a comment down below of what gear I should do, as well as making sure you leave a big like on this video, as well as making sure you subscribe to Tweener at Tennis. My goal this year is to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you can hit that sub button, it's absolutely free, so make sure you go do that with the notifications turned on. And I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are safe. Wash your hands, wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart. I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks, guys.